fight him, Teddy. You know that. He knows that. Tank Davis is not gonna fight him.
No, I just put Tank Davis out there. But you know, he's not the only guy. He's not the only guy that you can put out for the kind of fight that the fans want to see, a talented fighter like him.
Shakur Stevenson is becoming increasingly frustrated with Gervonta Davis and the long delay in putting together their long-awaited and highly anticipated showdown in the ring.
He just jumped. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around, move.
We can now be confident that this fight will actually take place.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah, I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too.
With a timeline now confirmed by all the key parties who have the power to make the fight a reality.
You know, he hating. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he hating. You know, I got the opportunity he wanted. You know, so it's just coming.
Stevenson is preparing to face Artem Harutyunyan on July 6th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, headlining an ESPN event, while Davis is celebrating his victory after knocking out Frank Martin. Stevenson, known for his confidence and skill in the ring, is focused on his upcoming fight with Harutyunyan, and despite Harutyunyan's recent loss to Martin, Stevenson is not underestimating his opponent and aims to dominate the bout. However, his sights remain firmly set on a future encounter with Davis, which Stevenson views as a massive fight in his career, and for the division as a whole he believes he is the best at.
He the best at. He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He was good.
At 26 years old, Stevenson sees Davis' age of 30 as a point of contention, questioning why Davis has not yet faced the elite fighters he claims he will fight. And Stevenson said, how many times is he going to say he is going to fight an elite fighter and not fight them? He is 30 years old now. Bro is 30 talking about he is going to fight me. He said next. Okay, well, do it.
Tank should have fought De Los Santos, a guy that he just beat, right? He should have faced him over me, but he going to fight a guy I beat. What type of sense that make?
Stevenson's frustration stems from a perceived lack of significant fights despite his impressive resume, which includes titles in 3 divisions and unified world champion status in the junior lightweight division, and he criticizes the delays in making high-profile matchups happen, especially concerning Davis by challenging, are you really going to fight me or just going to keep saying what you are going to do to somebody? And Stevenson challenged Davis to shut up and fight me.
Gervonta, Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting, I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man. Come on.
In Stevenson's view, the process of arranging a fight with Davis should be straightforward, and he stated that all you got to do is send an offer. While acknowledging Davis' status as the more recognized fighter, Stevenson emphasized his readiness and willingness to step into the ring by saying, you are the ace side, and I know I am not saying I am the ace side and you're the person with all the notoriety, however it goes, but I am right here though, and I am not going nowhere. As soon as you say let's fight, I am right here, let's fight.
I think Tank at this point he's unbeatable at the lightweight division against any of the world champions. I think he's the top guy right now at that division.
Stevenson also expressed disappointment with Frank Martin, who withdrew from a scheduled fight for the vacant WBC lightweight title last November, which Stevenson eventually won against Edwin de Los Santos. And Stevenson questioned Martin's elite status and criticized him for not following through on their planned bout by asking, what did Frank Martin do to be elite? And clearly not happy that Frank got to fight Tank before him. And Stevenson said, Frank Martin is a dude who signed up to fight me, got famous for signing up to fight me and then didn't fight me.
But and I'm not trying to disrespect Frank, because Frank, I heard him say in the interview that I was hating on him. I'm really not. I don't got really nothing to hate on him. I wish him nothing but the best.
But it now seems that we are not waiting for this fight for too long, as the fight between Shakur and Tank has already been confirmed and slated for summer 2024, and despite previous delays and frustrations expressed by Stevenson over securing this fight, the momentum now suggests that the bout is on the brink of realization.
People in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me, Gervonta Davis.
Now, while the specific exact date is not mentioned, we know that we are going to see another Tank knockout soon, or whoever wins really, but from what we do know, we will see Davis and Stevenson go head-to-head over 12 rounds, adhering to the lightweight division's 135-pound weight limit, and this matchup has captured the attention of the boxing world, offering a showdown between two of the sport's most skilled and promising talents.
I told you it's a 50-50 fight.
Ain't no 50-50 fight, nigga. How you gonna keep me off when you ain't got no power?
For Shakur Stevenson, who has voiced impatience with the delays in facing Davis, the impending fight represents a big moment in his career.
Tank Davis can fight a guy who they picked up all from the diner. He knocks him out. Oh, it's great because he knocked him out. You know what I mean? But Shakur will fight a dangerous guy who's a puncher, beat him a little bit less impressively, and all of a sudden, oh no, we don't care about it. We don't want to see him. Okay, so then we'll get him diner workers too.
Bob Arum has come in to convince us why this fight is bound to be bigger than we expect, and it is not just Bob Arum, as we also saw Leonard giving in to the idea of Tank facing Stevenson, promising another knockout for Tank, with Leonard Ellerby throwing his support behind the upcoming bout, and promoter Bob Arum also showing interest. The long-awaited showdown between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson is now eagerly anticipated to be finalized for summer 2024.
Sure, we're looking for fighters that are competitive with Shakur.
Despite initial speculations about Davis potentially facing Vasily Lomachenko, Stevenson's co-manager Josh Dubin has strongly defended his fighter's position as a significant draw in boxing, particularly challenging Arum's recent comments and in a critical response to Arum's assertion that Lomachenko represents a more lucrative option for Davis due to his ability to attract viewers and sell tickets. Dubin labeled the reasoning as nonsensical, and he pointed out Stevenson's consistent high viewership ratings on ESPN and an impressive ticket sales record, particularly highlighting events where Stevenson has filled arenas such as the United Center in Newark. And Dubin argued that Shakur has been consistently one of the highest-rated fighters on their roster anytime he fights on ESPN, and the only time he did not pull one of the higher ratings is when they had him fight on a Thursday night and tried to convince us because of the Formula One race that was going to be the biggest event in the world, and Core didn't even want to do it, he said, and they are not going to be able to fill the arena. Furthermore, Dubin criticized the handling of Stevenson's career by his current promoters, suggesting a reluctance to arrange significant fights, possibly due to contractual negotiations or priorities, and he emphasized Stevenson's desire to face the best in his division, including Davis, Lomachenko and Baranchyk, pointing out that Stevenson's aspirations have not been adequately supported by promotional efforts and Shakur wants the biggest fights. Dubin reiterated, and I understand they cannot force people to fight him, but to give the explanation that they are not trying to negotiate a Tank Davis fight because Shakur is not the draw is just nonsense. And Stevenson, with an impressive professional undefeated record, has showcased his skills across multiple weight divisions, holding titles at featherweight and junior lightweight.
And actually hit. No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you going to do?
Despite a lackluster performance in his last bout against Edwin de los Santos, Stevenson remains undeterred in seeking significant challenges that could elevate his status in the sport, and Dubin's criticism extended to the comparative treatment of Stevenson against other fighters, particularly noting the ease with which potential fights for lesser-known opponents like Baranchyk could be arranged, contrasting sharply with the perceived hurdles in setting up a Davis matchup. There are 3 fights that Stevenson wants against Lomachenko, Tank and Baranchyk, and Dubin has emphasized those are the fights he wants, and he's been pleading for those fights, and they could make the Baranchyk fight at the snap of a finger right now. So Stevenson's team asserts that he is more than capable of drawing significant viewership and fan support while challenging the narrative that he lacks the appeal to secure high-profile fights.
A very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from me. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world.
Negotiations are progressing and both fighters are expressing interest, and the imminent announcement of the Davis vs. Stevenson clash for summer 2024 signals a potential breakthrough moment for Stevenson as he seeks to solidify his place among the elite in boxing. But we can all agree that the reason this fight has not happened is because Shakur is not that lucrative in the eyes of Tank. But apart from Bob Arum's convincing that Shakur can bring hefty gains, Shakur has tried to market himself to
who I'm fighting. You know, like, come on, like, the money there, I wasn't feeling that. If it would have been more money, I would have took that.
Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.